how was that? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I think originally we had this idea for a movie where the Yo Gabba table just expanded off into the expanse. And so coming back, talking about what this could be, Christian really had the genius idea of how could we do this Yo Gabba Gabbaland.
Yeah, and you know, when we were talking about making a film, we were working with Thomas Lennon, and we were talking with Ben Durant, and we were talking about an idea where the table would disappear and essentially become a whole world. And and that was years and years ago. And then when we kind of were coming up with a new idea, we're like, we didn't really think there was a whole lot wrong with Yo Gabba Gabba. We just wanted more of it, and we just wanted to make more. And so by expanding into Yo Gabba Gabbaland, we could focus a little bit more on, you know, a bigger world, and also because our world has gotten so close together with technology and the internet, it seems easier to be in touch with our friends and family around the world, and so why not kind of replicate that a little bit in expanding Yo Gabba Gabbaland into different regions that represent deserts and lakes and hills and mountains. I mean, anyway, so the idea was to basically make the same show, but just bigger and better.
Bigger and better.
Yeah. And you know, with technology the way it is, and a lot of shows being shot using volume screen technology, no one's doing a preschool show like The Mandalorian, you know what I mean? Except for us. We tried it. And it worked awesome.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It was a lot harder than we thought it was going to be. It was tricky. Because the old show, we could just flip the lights on and just shoot. And this one, we had to create all those worlds and figure out how they get. And the hardest part with the volume screen technology, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with from seeing shows like Mandalorian and stuff, is the floors. Sliding the floors in and out is like, how do you seamlessly change from scene to scene with different floors? And you know, there's a lot of technical stuff we had to figure out. We have an amazing team.
Yeah, it was kind of an experiment for us because of like everything fun of an older sister that she brings to the table. She's amazing. Her name's Cameron, and we call her Cammy Cam.
And we'd like to bring her out. Let's hear it for Cammy Cam.
Welcome to Comic-Con, Cammy Cam.
Yeah, Cammy Cam.
Cammy Cam. Now, what's it like being the host of Yo Gabba Gabba? Were you old enough to have watched the original? Did you ever see the original?
Yes, it is so crazy because it's from seeing a different person on the screen, because I used to watch this all the time, and then seeing myself on the screen, so it's crazy. And then my brother, he used to watch it all the time, so he's like, I actually don't believe this. And I'm like, same with my mom too, and my dad. My whole family's going crazy right now.
Now, how did you go from being Cameron Smith to Cammy Cam? What's the story? How did you get cast?
So this is kind of a long story, but I did another shoot and
Commercial, right?
yeah, a commercial, and we met this guy, Christian, and he tapped my mom in the back and he was like, "Is this your daughter?" And my mom was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I'm the host of Yo Gabba Gabba," and my mom was like, "No way, this is not real." And he was like, I think your daughter would be like a great fit because we're thinking of doing a reboot." And my mom was like, wait, are you serious? And you know, it was like 2 years passed, did an audition, and this came up, and I'm here now.
I was working on a commercial as a prop guy at the end of 2020 because there was no production going on.
Oh, that's right,
The
yeah.
producer called me and said, "Hey, you want to be a prop guy on the commercial?" And she was shooting in Arizona, and I said, "Yes, please."
Yeah.
Cammy was working on the shoot, and it was just magic. Like, she was just magical. And we were already talking with Apple a little bit about rebooting the show.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, we didn't know in what capacity, but I was like, I gotta get her number. We gotta figure out how, because she was just so good. And that was in 2020, so that was 4 years ago.
Wow.
We just kept in touch the whole time. And the process in this business sometimes takes a long time.
Yes, it does.
And Cammy was a lot shorter than that back then.
Growing up, Cammy.
But she's just amazing energy to the show. And the idea behind a new host, like Scott said, it was more to kind of mirror the play pattern that kids do when they're actually playing with their toys, and kind of give the empowerment a little bit to the kids. I think in the former show, you know, we obviously loved DJ Lance and the way that all went down, but even with Lance and Plex and the way that they kind of like were everything, you know, they could do anything, anything could happen. Kind of wanted to put it back into the hands of the kids and let their imagination do the talking a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea has always been the wonder, like recapturing the wonder of being a preschool kid, like the wonder of seeing your world through the imaginative eyes of bringing anything to life, right? And that's what DJ Lance kind of embodied and was like helping to show. And so it's always been for us wanting to, you know, take that next step so kids really imagine that they are Cammy Cam, they are the magician bringing their toys to life.
Wow. So, are you excited to see a premiere?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah. Cool. Now, this time around, how aware were you of like musical guests and celebrities? Were people really anxious to collaborate? And
It was exciting.
Well,
Here's the deal. I can just say from the very start, we've always wanted Yo Gabba to be a music show. We've always considered it core, fundamentally a music show. And the core of us being together has been going to see shows, going to bands.
writing songs.
hang on, I hate to interrupt you guys. There's suddenly 6 posters up there. What's that 6th
Hey, there
poster?
she is.
Whoa, a Cammy Cam
Cammy Cam
poster.
poster. Get your ticket.
What?
It's going to be exciting.
They tried to sneak that by us.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna win this Cammy Cam poster.
what we have this time around in the reboot, not only the power of Apple TV, which is very powerful, but we also had a bunch of seasons that preceded this show. So the response from musicians
Must have been crazy,
It was
right?
crazy. Like everyone wanted to do the show, and what we ran into was scheduling. So there's Thundercat, which is
Wow.
a really funny story. We can tell it in a second, but the whole thing with musicians and celebrities is everyone said yes.
Yeah.
And schedules just kind of got in the way, and so whoever made it just happened to be available at the time.
Oh, nice.
And Thundercat's an interesting story because he was like, yes, I'm in. On the phone, we were talking to him and he said, do you guys know how magic orange cats are? And we were like, yeah, orange cats, cool. He's like, let me just tell you, orange cats are magical. And if you can make me an orange cat suit, I'll come be on the show. Like, we can do that. And we were like, done.
Yes.
And then he disappeared. And so one day on the set, we couldn't get a hold of him. One day on the set, I was talking with Tammy's mom, Adriana, and she's like, so what guests are coming? Who's coming? And I was like, well, you know, we've been talking to this person, that person, schedules are weird. The one thing I thought was weird is Thundercat was gonna come. She's like, oh, or she asked me, she's like, hey, who did that last song? It sounded like Thundercat. I was like, oh, it was one of our artists. And anyway, we got talking about Thundercat. And I said, yeah, he just kind of disappeared. She's like, wait, what? You guys been talking to him? And I said, yeah. And then do you want to tell the rest of the story, Cam?
So yeah, my mom actually used to date Thundercat.
They were high school sweethearts.
Real story comes out.
Until she found my dad. So she actually used to date Thundercat, and she used to hate him. And then now she's kind of close with him. So they're kind of friends now, so it's fine.
Yeah, so she's on the set, and then Adriana, her mom, goes, hold on a second, and she dials his number and puts him on FaceTime, and he's like, hey, what's up? And she gives the phone to Cammy, and she's dressed in her new outfit.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, what's going on? Where are you right now? She's like, we're on the set of Yo Gabba Gabba. And he was like, what? So we caught him watching cartoons, and he was, Adriana forced him to come
Wow.
out. So,
Well, welcome to showbiz, Cammy.
and he was amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
He
Well,
just got busy.
Let's show an exclusive clip. This next clip has not been online. You are all watching it for the first time.
If you like cartoons, movies, books, music, I demand you subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, be prepared. Doom. Subscribe or be prepared for doom. Do not resist. Do not resist. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.